Welcome back, sports fans, to the Legends Never Die podcast. This is your host, Hunter Frugier, alongside Frank, Dustin, Matt, Caleb, and we got guest Lorenzo in the house today. We'll start it off with a shout-out to our sponsor, Legend Gear and Apparel. Check them out at legendgear.co. Good quality business products, wallets, ties, phone cases, all kinds of good gear. We got the personalized gear coming this week, hats, t-shirts of all kinds, so be on the lookout for that. So we'll start it off from our bold take from this week. What you got, Dustin?
Bold take. How about them Tigers, baby? LSU, back in there. They control their own destiny. Got Alabama coming up in 2 weeks. Don't need to overlook Mississippi State. Craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. LSU, we always claim we want a balanced offense. 1,456 yards passing, 1,456 yards rushing to start the season. Craziest stat I've ever seen in my life. Exactly dead even. But that's my bold take for the week. What you got, Matt?
I'm going to go for something coming up tomorrow. I'm going to go David Johnson getting his first 100-yard rushing game of the year against the Broncos tomorrow. What about you, Caleb?
That's bold, Benz. The Broncos have the worst rush D in the league, and David Johnson's an elite running back. That's really bold. 100 yards, bold. Talk to me about
he still hadn't had a 100-yard game all season, so it's
my bold prediction last week was Gurley 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. He had 200 yards, but only 2 touchdowns.
Play this week that I gave out was over his rushing yard total. It was only 92.5. He went for well over 200, so that was another easy hit on the premium play. But my bold take is going to be another running back that I think is just as good this year as Gurley and is way underlooked and undervalued. Melvin Gordon, over 800 yards total and 9 touchdowns on the season. Fantasy monster. Could y'all imagine a fantasy team with Melvin Gordon, James Conner, Antonio Brown, Kirk Cousins, and Alshon Jeffrey all on the same team this week? Oh, yeah, I was Team Legend.
That must be your team if you're talking about it. I would say my bold take from last week, I got to go with Jacksonville Jaguars. They got demolished by Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know what's going on with that defense, but they need to do something. That's awful, losing to Dallas by 30-something points.
All right, so we'll start off our week review from last week. We'll start with Thursday night's game, Eagles-Giants. I took the Giants just by a long shot. I knew Eagles were going to win, but I wanted to be different than everyone else. But it was a good coming-out party for Saquon Barkley. He did his thing again in a huge loss, but he was the takeaway from the game for sure. His 50-yard rushing touchdown, some of the moves he was putting, breaking tackles, well worth the number 2 overall pick, I think.
My takeaway from that game is I'm really tired of seeing Carson Wentz, one of the strongest arms in the league, throw the ball 5 yards to Zach Ertz 20 times a game.
Ooh.
I cannot stand it.
As a Zach Ertz owner,
throw the ball
down
the field. I swear I'm watching Alex Smith when I'm watching the Eagles now. It's terrible. Run the ball and throw the ball deep. That's my takeaway from that game.
I think the Giants owner said it best. Odell needs to play more, talk less. I'm tired of hearing about Odell said this, Odell said that. I think it's distracting the team, and even though they might not come out and say it, I think that's what's really affecting the
Odell
play.
needs to play more, talk less. How about Eli needs to retire?
I was about to say, I think Eli's age is what's
Odell
costing that
is
team.
wide open every game, and he can't even throw the ball down the field anymore.
Yeah, that team right there, I think the playmaker for them is Saquon Barkley. That dude's a beast. I think he's probably one of the better backs in the NFL. So shifty.
You
and
have
just
the best.
nasty
You
with
probably
it.
have the best combination. Period.
Right.
Besides Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown when they're there.
No, yeah, definitely.
Best
but
running back receiver.
I gotta agree
combo.
with Dustin. Eli is awful. I mean, they need another quarterback to come in and take that team for sure.
All right, we'll jump into game 2, Falcons and Buccaneers. I told y'all Falcons over any amount of points. They scored 63, so it definitely went over. It was a good game both ways for both teams, I guess. Julio Jones still no touchdown. Where you at?
Man, that's Ito Smith. That's Mohamed Sanu. Actually, both receivers ended up getting hurt in the first half. Mohamed Sanu and Calvin Ridley got hurt, and he still couldn't see the end zone. He doesn't get a lot of red zone looks though. It's always that number 2, number 3 receiver, Austin Hooper. Austin Hooper's been coming out as a great tight end for you fantasy people who need somebody.
I need somebody. I have Jordan Reed, and he is absolutely.
Definitely
I think
that.
Vernon Davis at this point is better than Jordan Reed.
No doubt. I would. I would, and also Devontae Freeman going on the IR with that groin surgery. Look for Ito Smith to get a lot more carries now, and I think he's more of a third down back. So, or actually Tevin Coleman, both of them are. So
He
that,
definitely
that'll
gets
be
the
a dual
ball on the
duo.
goal line.
Yeah, no doubt.
I got a tight end for you right here. The Joker in Joku. Double-digit targets 2 weeks in a row. I love it. I like it. Feed him. That's his nickname, the Joker.
On that Falcons game, I like Jameis Winston. I think you got to get the ball to Mike Evans a little more. He almost threw for 400.
All right, we're going to cut the show there. Matt just said he liked Jameis Winston when everybody knows that's my least favorite player in the entire NFL.
I think if I had
He balled, though. He balled, though.
Remember one of those original segments we did where we did a slap 'em? Who is one player you would slap in the league? I'd slap the shit out of Jameis Winston.
I would slap Cam Newton because every time I bet him, they lose. Every time.
Same.
I'd slap Tom Brady. For real. I don't know what it is about him. He just gets on my nerves sometimes.
Just to take his wife.
It's because he's the GOAT.
We're talking about taking wives. I guess I'd smack David Johnson. Let's not get back to him.
Have y'all
What a-
seen
what a
David
good
Johnson's
man.
wife?
Smoking.
I don't think she's that pretty.
All right, so we'll slide into.
Respect to you, David Johnson. She's actually very beautiful. My bad.
Yeah, she is. David Johnson will probably hear this, so watch it. All right, so Redskins and Panthers. Upset. I had the Panthers
Josh
winning,
Norman.
but as a Saints fan, I couldn't be more happy. Except for the fact they cost me a 5-team parlay. Forgot to mention that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always bad when you bet. Bad beats, bro. The SVP says it best.
Had a chance to win it, too.
Yeah, no, my takeaway from that game is, I mean, the defense is really what it is for Carolina. That offense, week in, week out, puts points. Kind of reminded me of Atlanta right now. The offense is doing good, but the defense just doesn't know how to step up when they need to.
Carolina. I don't know what to say about y'all other than the fact that you can't trust your defense one week. The next week you can't trust Cam Newton. Will y'all just please play a month of football sound so I can get my money up? Because y'all lose to the teams y'all are supposed to beat and beat the teams y'all are supposed to lose to. Eagles this week, don't be surprised if Carolina beats the Eagles.
I definitely wouldn't be surprised, but I want to know where this Redskins defense came from. Getting all these turnovers from Carolina held Panthers to 17 points. I definitely did not see it. Panthers scoring under 20 for sure. I thought they would.
Scoring.
I'll tell you where that Washington defense came from. It came straight out of DeRidder, Louisiana, our hometown. DeShazer Everett, shout out to our boy. We shouted it out before, but team captain, Redskins D, looking up. Shout out to D. All right, next game we had Seahawks and Raiders. I'm not going to say much on this besides John Gruden sucks. Once again, I say it every week. He's 1-5. You traded the best player in the league. You're just an idiot. And Amari Cooper, get your stuff together too, because you're costing me fantasy week after week. I thought about dropping you this week, and you were my 4th-round pick.
Amari Cooper. Yeah, buddy, you suck. Seattle Seahawks, my old Seahawks. Good game this week. I like it. I like what I see. The run game's good. Doug Baldwin, you're good. But that's all I got from that game. You got anything from that game, Steech? Seahawks Raiders?
No. The Oakland is a joke.
Our next game's going to be the Jets and Colts. Andrew Luck is the god of fantasy football. The team sucks, but he'll give you your 30 points weekly. Shout out to Jets kicker, my old good friend. 7 field goals. Just a phenomenal game.
Yeah. For you
I like
fantasy
the-
owners, 27 points. That's crazy. What's up, Matt? Go ahead.
I was going to talk about Sam Darnold. I liked how he played this week against an average Colts D, but still, almost 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like to see some more production from the rookie.
The
And
average
an over
Colts
80%
suck.
completion percentage also for Darnold. He's very accurate with the ball.
Right.
Took care of the ball aside from his 1 turnover. They managed to score almost on every drive, but Indianapolis really helped me out. I had them in a teaser +9 this week. They scored a
me too.
last-minute touchdown,
Had him in 2
covered,
teasers.
and went for the 2-point conversion and made it a +8.
Uh-huh.
So I was very excited about that.
Yeah, that was clutch.
That was a savior.
Yeah, I don't know. Really honest, I like how Darnold's spreading the ball too. He got a noon while hurt, so now he's been cursed. They got Jermaine Curse back, so they're giving him the
I
ball.
thought you
And
said they were cursed.
oh no, they probably are. Honestly,
What did Isaiah Crowell do coming off that 200-yard game?
absolutely nothing.
25 yards as
He's hurt.
expected. Oh yeah, he's hurt. That
Yeah,
figures.
I read an article.
If I had him
earlier,
last week,
he
I
might
would've
miss some
traded him.
thumbs. Yeah.
Somebody
Some dude-
traded him in our league for Jimmy
Jimmy
Graham. That
Graham.
was smart.
Jimmy Graham for Isaiah Crowell straight up.
Very smart
Dude
trade.
robbed him. Graham,
Crowell sucks.
big game. Graham.
I've never liked Crowell ever since he put those pigs on his socks.
And
he
it
wore
was
those socks.
police officers getting murdered, and it was like, no, that was Isaiah Crowell.
Heck no. Yeah, that was Crowell. He's a thug. Anyways, Crowell, you suck. 200 yards. Fluke. Next game, Vikings-Cardinals. As expected, Kirk Cousins shows up, rallies the squad at home. Minnesota covers the spread and wins the game. I think we gave that out as a pick, or somebody did, but it was a good game for Minnesota altogether. Dalvin Cook still where you at. Latavius Murray taking your spot.
Psych. Yeah, I like what I see from Minnesota. We continuously talk about my Minnesota Vikings every week, but we always forget to mention the best receiver in the game as of right now is on their team, and it's Adam Thielen. Every game this year with over 100 yards. Incredible. Leading receiver in the league on pace for over 2,000 receiving yards this year. Adam Thielen.
Does he
boys.
get the 2,000?
I think he has a good shot. I mean, you asked a straight up question. I say yeah. I think he might get it. He's probably gonna get another game to where he gets close to 200 yards. So I think he'll get it. He might have a slow game, make it like 75, but then put up 130 or something the next game. I like that. He just gets the ball. He's always open, and he's a great target for Kirk Cousins.
Next game versus Green Bay. Does he hit 200?
300. That defense is awful.
Give
So
me Green
bad.
Bay, Minnesota before I even look at it for 100. They play Minnesota again already?
No.
I thought you said next game versus Green Bay. I thought you meant as in next week. Yeah.
Next time they play Green Bay, I'm sorry.
Update, by the way, the Dodgers are winning 3-1.
Yeah,
Shout
we'll
out
give
Yasiel Puig.
He hit a 2-run bomb.
No, he just hit a single. Max Muncy got thrown out at third.
Max
to-
Muncy's slow. Why is he
3 to
trying to
1?
take an extra bag? That boy is like, looks like you out there trying to run the bag.
3-1 Dodgers
Why
going
you
to the
trying to
seventh.
take 3 on a shallow single to right, bro? You should know better.
Yeah, boy, but there's a different. I'm Superman. I got that hook slide on me, boy.
Boy, you are not Javier. You better stop over there.
But getting back to the Minnesota game, I like the Vikings' newfound run game. Finally got that going this week. I think it's going to take a lot of pressure off of Kirk Cousins and really help the defense by keeping them off the field.
Yeah, that defense definitely needs to step up. Is anybody hurt on that team?
Some guy that they
Minnesota?
got first round last year and everybody took second round in fantasy this year. That's absolute trash.
Yeah, who is that?
Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin
Y'all ever
Cook,
heard
was
of him?
it?
I thought he
Yeah.
averaged 5 yards per carry in his
Eh,
rookie season, and then ended up
Yeah,
becoming
and then
straight
he's a
garbage.
ghost now or something. It's weird, bro. I don't know.
On that defense, they still don't have Everson Griffin either.
Look, y'all worry
I seen Everson Griffin at the
Hunter,
psych ward last
you
week.
you worry about the Saints. Matt, you worry about the Cowgirls. Steve, you worry about the Steelers. Let me worry about my Vikings.
Worrying about the
Okay.
Steelers, Caleb. What happened last week? Matt, y'all had a friendly wager on that game live on the show. So
Yeah,
what was
won
the
me
outcome there?
got me a little 6-pack. You know how that goes. I mean, I can't go against my team. The Bengals aren't his team. I guess he just had some insight that I didn't. But and I have another good buddy, Devin. By the way, this dude owes me probably like 2 jerseys and 3 hats within the past 5 years because the Steelers always kick their ass. But I mean the Steelers had a couple opportunities to score. Mike Tomlin doesn't challenge a little touchdown from James Conner, okay, and then you give Andy Dalton the ball with a lot of weapons surrounding him in order to come back. It was actually a closer game than I thought. Steelers should have won by at least 14, in my opinion.
If Cincinnati could have caught the ball in the first quarter, they probably would have won the game.
I was making a joke. I said Steelers were lining up on the 1 yard line. They got an I formation with no wide receivers. I said every time they get an I formation or single back, not I formation, single back, automatic touchdown or first down. Easy. This dude goes in the end zone untouched. James Conner does.
Yes.
Incredible. Offensive line is incredible for Pittsburgh.
Like I said earlier, imagine if you had James Conner and Antonio Brown on the same fantasy team with Melvin Gordon,
Crazy,
dude.
but do you
He'd
have
put up
Le'Veon?
200 a
Do you have
week.
Le'Veon?
I don't need Le'Veon.
Yeah.
James Conner's the starter, dude.
Yeah.
Did y'all see Big
you're
Ben's
hit.
interview this week, though?
No, what'd he say? What'd he say?
He said he was messing with the reporters. Dustin could tell it better than me. I just watched a little bit of it.
He was
solid.
talking to reporters after the game, and they were like, what did you think about James, Ben? And Ben was like, man, I got to give it to James.
In his last game.
In his last game. In his last game for us, he sure played well.
Oh my gosh! But I was looking at some stats, and through like the first 6 games of the season, Connor has been better than Le'Veon Bell has. And I had a couple friends say something about he's a product of the system. Bell is. Bell's a beast, dude. I wouldn't say he's a product of the system. I mean, all the top backs out there: Bell, Gurley, Melvin Gordon. You can't. They're just freaks of nature. They're good players, but. Connor's holding his own. I think he's the future of Pittsburgh, no doubt. And even when Bell leaves, we still got a running back for sure.
Oh, he'll be the future, but I watched a lot of Lev Bell last year, and he was not running through the holes that Connor has. I think the O-line's playing a little pissed off that
You think
Le'Veon's
Trying to
doing
prove a
this to
point,
him.
yeah. Well, they were pissed off. Yeah, I remember
I think
seeing a
if
couple
they're
interviews.
Still pissed. They're still playing. They're still balling.
Yeah, they're at first they were kind of scaring me, but we're sitting third in the division now behind Baltimore, and then Cincinnati's in front of them. But with the win over them, I think we're sitting good.
Baltimore's gonna fall off.
Yeah, but they always do towards the end of the season. So what's the next game? What next game we got? The Bears and the Miami Dolphins. What a game! I'm sitting here watching this and I'm like, okay, yeah, this game right here, it's over. You know, once the Bears had the ball first,
Bears didn't even score a touchdown in the first half.
at all. Yeah.
I had their team total over 23.5. I was sweating bullets.
Oh, you hit that though.
Oh, yeah, they come out and score 14 points in
Yeah.
the first 2 minutes of the second
Yeah,
half.
well, actually, somebody they were talking about like a first half bet taking the Bears. It was like -4, I think, or something like that. Bears didn't even score. So I'm watching the game. I'm like, okay, yeah. But guess what? The Dolphins did the same exact thing against the Cincinnati Bengals 2 weeks ago. Bengals ended up scoring 24 points in one quarter to come back and beat the Miami Dolphins. So they're just not a second half team. The Miami Dolphins are. And then on the 1 yard line, Frank Gore's having a heck of a game. Over 100 rushing yards, right? They don't give him the ball. He is a veteran. He secures the ball. Secure the bag, right? Gives it to Kenyon Drake, and he fumbles on the 1.
They just felt bad because he wasn't getting as many carries or touches that game because Gore was just eating them.
It doesn't matter. You got to give it to the hot hand. If he's eating, let him eat.
I totally agree. You should have gave it to Gore.
Don't
No.
ever trust the Alabama running back unless it's Mark Ingram.
I got a different takeaway from the game. My takeaway also came from overtime, but the Bears, they drive down the field. Miami, they're done. They get to 55-yard field goal range, and they run the ball up the middle with Jordan Howard. Fat, out of shape Jordan Howard 3 times in a row. And he gets 2 yards. And instead of trying to push the ball down the field, they're like, oh, yeah, we'll settle for this 53-yard field goal. Our kickers got this easy. Well, we all watched football before. 53-yard field goals, they're just not easy unless you have Cole Tracy. But they don't have Cole Tracy, so we saw what happened. They lost.
Unless you got Caleb Steech out there kicking field goals.
That's a guaranteed dub right there then. But yeah, Jordan Howard does not look good this year. They're talking about Tariq Cohen is taking all of his snaps away, and to be honest, he's doing stuff with the ball. With less touches than Jordan Howard, he's scoring more, and his yards per carry are up there.
I'm going back to week 1 of NFL before it started and watching reruns of Monday Night Football. NFL Countdown to see which one of those analysts took Jordan Howard to win MVP this year of the league. And I'm going to call him out for his job. Because he made me pick him 3rd round. That guy saying he was going to be MVP this year, the entire league.
What I want to know is where this Bears offense magically came from. You got Trubisky a couple weeks ago throw his first game with multiple touchdowns, and now he's throwing 6,
You mean Trabumsky?
whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, he sucks.
But coming off the bye, one of the best scoring Ds in the league, giving up 31 to Brock Osweiler.
Anybody know who that is? Never even heard of him in my life. I think he used to play for the Chiefs. Not sure. But he showed up and had 2, 75-yard touchdowns? He
Yeah.
went off.
He had like 150-something yards.
Yeah, off like 2 catches. And I'm pretty sure it was screen passes. It wasn't nothing deep downfield. Nothing like that. So, Bills-Texans, we'll go quick on this one. Pretty boring game. Texans did cover me by the pick 6 at the end when the game got tied up. They covered the teaser spread by 4. So, I was excited there.
Yeah,
and
that
it is
pick
a win
6.
in the win column. But I'm going to tell y'all this. Anytime Buffalo is a double-digit dog, take their money line just because. Because they should have won this game.
They
and
should
they
have.
did beat Minnesota when they were 17-point dog.
Yeah, that was
anytime
crazy.
you see Buffalo double-digit underdog, take them.
Yeah, that pick 6 at the end also cost me my game in fantasy. 23 points is what they put up in fantasy. I lost the game by 1.2 points because I had Green Bay's defense who put up 4. But Deshaun Watson, that is my takeaway from the game, dude. He has to do better. That O-line was not blocking for him. He was getting ate up by the Bills.
He just needs to get his swagger back.
Something. He needs
I don't
something.
know
They
what
need,
it
You know what
is.
it is though? They need a running game. I've said this day in, day out.
What's the
If
deal
you
with
don't have a
Deontay
running
Foreman?
game,
How many
you
weeks
don't have
out
a
is he?
passing game.
How many weeks we looking at till we get Foreman back, Dustin?
It's Dante Foreman, not Deontay Foreman.
I said Dante.
First off. And he's looking, they said they thought he could come back week 7, which is this week, but they said he's not ready yet. They said they're probably going to bring him back week 8.
I've heard him been saying that since week 3.
Well, he's been on the short-term IR. The PUP, that's what they call it, the PUP.
You got anything on this
Physically
Texans game,
unable
Matt?
to perform.
Nah, not really. Overall, pretty boring. I think y'all are right about Deshaun Watson. He ain't really been doing all that great. He had a great game against the Colts.
You have to establish a run though, man.
The
Up
first
against the Cowboys, he tried to take off running a couple times, and Jalen Smith popped him. I think that kind of shook him.
No, you don't shake a guy who beats Alabama in the national championship. You just don't do it. But my takeaway from that game is, I guess I just have to tell y'all every single week, DeAndre Hopkins is by far the best receiver in the NFL. It's not even close.
He had 5 for 63.
Yeah, did you see his touchdown
Without
catch?
the touchdown, he barely had 10 fantasy points.
Did you see?
Stop it.
What did Odell Beckham have last week?
What did he have? More than that, probably, aside from the touchdown.
4 catches for 32 yards?
Not much of a difference, 30-yard difference.
No.
Aside from the touchdown.
DeAndre Hopkins has the best hands in the league.
I got DeAndre Hopkins in one of my fantasy leagues. Love him, whatever. Picked him first round. But he's not better than Antonio Brown.
You're crazy.
Thank you.
You are crazy.
He's not better.
Look at what Antonio's rode on Big Ben's tip for 5 years. All he does is cliffhang. Who's DeAndre Hopkins had? Tom Savage, Case Keenum. I mean, come on, bro.
He got a
Brandon Whedon. He was elite with Tom Savage and Brandon Whedon.
Well, let's see it. Let's see it, Nuke.
Son, he
Let's
was
see it,
elite with Tom Savage. He had 8 touchdowns in like 8 games with Tom Savage last year.
Because they
That's
were playing
elite.
from down every game and had to throw him.
It
20
don't matter.
targets a game.
It don't matter.
I
Watch.
like him. I'm not disagreeing, but I am disagreeing. He's not the best. I think even Thielen right now is better.
He's the
Because
best.
think about it. Who would you rather have on your fantasy team?
Huh?
Who would you rather have on your fantasy team? Any other receiver besides Hopkins?
Nope. I want
You're
Hopkins.
lying. You're lying to
Hopkins.
yourself.
I mean, Thielen's on this all-time high right now, but look at
He
his
was on
career.
all-time
Look
high
at
last year with
look at
Case
his
Keenum.
look at his career.
He's got Kirk
He's
Cousins
been
now.
inconsistent. DeAndre Hopkins produces every single week.
60 yards is not producing versus Buffalo.
Last year,
Tre'Davious
DeAndre
White's
Hopkins-
good, but he's not that good.
DeAndre Hopkins was not even a top 5 receiver.
BS.
Swear.
Swear to God, I had him. He led me to a Super Bowl. Boy was scoring 40 points a week. He scored 44 times last year.
Sure.
Oh my God.
I'll pull his
Pull
stats.
that up, please.
I'm going to pull his stats.
All right,
now.
let's hit the next game. We had Chargers and Browns. I expected Chargers to win this one. I expect Baker Mayfield to do a lot better than he did. He proved to me this week he's not as good as I thought. I'm hopping off the Baker train for a minute. It's derailed. might get back on it, but small delay on the Browns being anything worth a crap within the next 3 seasons. They're probably going to get last place again. And Chargers, you're on your way to the AFC. At least playoffs, at least a 5 seed. I think they're the first wild card in on the AFC side. What y'all think?
Yeah, I gotta agree. I gotta chill out on the Baker hype. That in that running game just was not cutting it against the Chargers defense lacking Joey Bosa. That's the big problem. Carlos Hyde, 14 carries for 34 yards. You can't expect the rookie quarterback to do much with a 2.4 yard average running the ball.
The Chargers, I said it a couple weeks ago and y'all laughed. When I said that
Your Chargers or the Chargers?
my Chargers. I picked the
Okay,
Chargers to play
All right.
the
You picked Chargers Super Bowl before the
I
season
did.
started. Who was your other team, though?
Rams.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
It was somebody that
I'll go back on the tape and review. Matt, didn't I say the? Yeah, I said Rams and
man.
Chargers. I swear, dude, the Rams team is incredible. My Rams are great. Look at their next
Your
5.
Rams versus your Chargers.
Look,
Or is
look
it going to
at
be your Vikings versus your Chargers?
it's going to be Vikings versus Rams NFC Championship, and it's going to be Chargers versus Patriots.
New Orleans will beat Vikings or Rams.
You are crazy.
On
Yeah.
any given
At
Sunday.
home, they'll beat them at home.
Exactly. Saints are going 15-1, and they're going to have the tiebreaker over the Rams.
Stop it.
Who else is Saints going to lose to? Carolina.
Atlanta. They'll lose
Never.
1 to Carolina, 1 to Atlanta.
We
Do it
already
every
beat
year.
Atlanta at Atlanta, so they're going to come to the Dome and beat us.
Yep.
We will put up 60 versus Atlanta.
Yep.
Yep, exactly. Thanks.
No.
Yep. Kamara and
listen-
Ingram. With Ingram back, I do not see Saints losing another football game.
Hey, here's a little piece.
they
Here's
got
a
them the
little
dog
piece.
versus the Baltimore this week. Give me that as my premium play right now. Saints money line. Saints will not lose to Baltimore. Never in a million years.
The only reason they're underdogs is because Drew Brees sucks in cold weather.
I was
And
about to
it's
say, what's the weather like? Rain, maybe
Yeah.
possible snow being up there.
Drew's old little man bones. He can't throw in the cold
Oh,
weather.
Come on.
Oh,
but,
I thought Goats did well in the cold. I
but,
thought Goats adapted to weather
No,
well.
only the GOAT plays in the cold. He's the only one that can play in the cold.
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
Drew
to get
Brees
on
for
that
his
game.
career. Drew Brees for his career is terrible in the cold weather.
We'll see this
But
week. Give me the
anyways,
Saints.
What I was saying, go trade for every Rams fantasy player you can. Their next 5 games are San Fran, Green Bay, New Orleans, Kansas City, Seattle. If that ain't the most shootout schedule I've ever seen in my life, I don't know what is. Jared Goff is about to eat.
I don't want to talk about the Rams right now. They let me down. But we'll hop into that game since you mentioned it. Rams should have won by 30. They still got kicking problems. Santos, you're not the solution. On to the next one. Rams should have killed them. Only won by 3. Total letdown.
Yeah, Rams played very lackluster. I think Goff, California boy, didn't really like that cold up in the Denver mountains. And 50% completion, 200 yards, no touchdowns. Rode Gurley to the end zone to the final of the game. And then Broncos, dude, y'all got to stop the run. I know Von Miller's hyping y'all up this week, but there's only so much you can do in a press conference.
Man, 23-20. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting a blowout game from the Rams, but Gurley, you're a monster, dude. 208 yards on 28 carries. I know they're feeding him the ball, but jeez, he's a beast, dude. He's just so good.
At one point, he was over 10 yards per carry.
Right.
With like 15 carries.
He had
Not like he had 5 carries.
he
with
had
that
3
kinda
carries.
average.
Yeah, he started off with 3 carries. I was looking at. I was keeping up with it on my fantasy cast. 3 carries for 54 yards. Dude is
And
insane.
Me having the over 92.5 yards first quarter.
I was
had
about to
80,
say, yeah,
80 something yards. I text the boys. I said he's going for 400.
yeah.
today.
I
He's
saw
gonna
that.
outrush what what's his name? Golf throws for.
Oh yeah.
And he did.
Yeah.
Golf. They tied.
No, they didn't.
That's sad.
No.
Golf
He
has
threw
been playing
201.
great though.
Golf threw 201.
Okay, so Gurley outran.
He
what Golf
outran
threw
his
for.
passing yards, dude.
What's the deal with Cooper Kupp, Dustin? You got an update on that?
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp's out next week or this coming week against the 49ers at San Fran. He's also probably going to miss an extra 2 to 3 weeks after that. That's a big loss for them, especially with the Saints coming up on the schedule.
Yeah, with him being out, you fantasy owners, I've heard a lot of people say it. Josh Reynolds, he's gonna be in their slot doing whatever, but I still think Robert Woods is the go-to man. He's a big body. Your deep threat, of course, is gonna be Brandon Cooks. I would say, yeah, and they're gonna rely on Gurley a little bit more. But yeah, Josh Reynolds will get the ball, but I like that. I mean, they held their own. The defense looks back to normal for the Rams, but I don't like what Matt said about Denver. They're about to absolutely destroy. Who they play next week? The Cardinals. They're about to destroy Arizona.
See, you say they're going to ride Gurley more. How much more can he get the ball? He already had 30-plus touches.
Yeah, Gurley.
Give him 40.
Yeah,
The thing with
Give him 40 a
Gurley,
game.
the thing with Gurley's maxed out on what he's gonna do. Gurley's offensive line's so great. I'm here to say that if the Giants' offensive line gets better, Saquon Barkley will get worse in fantasy
That's ridiculous.
because they're not gonna have to throw him the ball to get him in space. They'll just run it, and you rack up fantasy points. I'm a firm believer by catching the ball.
Because you got space.
Yeah, you
As a
got
running
space.
back, usually if you're catching the ball, you're
And that's what they do with Saquon. If they had a great O-line, they would never throw him the ball. They'd just run it. They'd throw it to Odell.
Even if he runs the ball, that man is I watched him take a whole team on. Shook about 6 players out
Not
of the
just
12.
the whole team, the defending Super Bowl champion.
Yes. Made this dude
Yeah.
made him look like
Shaking 'em,
scrubs, bro.
shedding him.
Couldn't even touch him. Nobody can. He's just weave in, weave out. He's a beast.
I feel like Giants should be a lot better than their 1-5 record. But I think it's time to start Webb.
You're right.
What y'all think? Never.
It'd be crazy to start a guy that's not even on their team. Kyle Lawetta is a freaking beast. He's an animal.
Who is that?
Fruze said he let this washerboard player tell him that. You don't even know who he play for. What college you go to?
I don't know. But
Point made.
A washerboard player.
his
This is
combine,
washerboard talk,
and
guys.
look, my greatest college football source told me that dude is incredible. And I watched his combine. That dude's
What happened to
he's pretty-
Gino?
Gino.
We want Gino.
Gino sucks.
Matt, what you got to say
Y'all
about
saw what-
Gino?
Y'all saw,
he's a West
hey,
Virginian.
Hey, y'all saw what Gino said about the Giants? They said Ben McAdoo took the hard road and took the fall for the Giants, but he was right by benching Eli Manning.
Hey, he was right.
He lost his job because of that.
And Gino's in Los Angeles with the Chargers. Let's go. They're getting ready to back up in South County.
All right, so our next game we had Baltimore and Tennessee. Baltimore, my fantasy D, 11 sacks. Not going to do that versus New Orleans this week.
Matt, don't even want to
But
hear it.
21-0 Baltimore. I ain't got much on that game aside from Mariota. You're probably the most inconsistent. You had 115 passing yards. You had 10 completions. You led your team in rushing with 25 rush yards. Derrick Henry, Deion Lewis, where y'all at? Where are the Titans at?
I need to see some exotic smash mouth come back. Y'all need to bring the other coach. I mean, you fired him after a playoff appearance. But, no. I played Baltimore's defense in fantasy this week. Yeah. Lost by 1.5 when his defense scored 21. So I don't even want to talk about it. Don't even want to talk about it.
That's a fucking killer right there, my man.
Don't even want to hear it.
Baltimore, y'all ran the football, and what happened? Y'all won the game. I'll be damned if some guy in Lake Charles, Louisiana didn't say if you run the ball more than 15 times with Alex Collins, you're going to win the game. That's that former Seattle Seahawk product. Us LSU fans know Alex Collins all too well.
Oh, I know him, how great he is. He had 2.5 yards per rush this week. Wow. Impressive.
He was a beast at
Yeah,
Arkansas,
20
though.
20 carries for 54 yards. Nice.
2 touchdowns.
Yeah, probably on the inside the 10-yard line.
It was. That's where he is. He's good for a touchdown a week. But that defense is what stuck out most to me. But I say that, but we even said this last week. any defense playing the Tennessee Titans, stream them in fantasy.
'Cause they don't
I
score
streamed the
points.
Chargers this week. They're playing Tennessee Titans. Give me them day in, day out. They don't. They can't establish a run. If you can't establish a run, you can't get a pass. And first of all he does is run. Marcus Mariota. That's all he can do. I don't understand. They got to figure something out in Tennessee because they started off hot, and somebody in this room was talking about how he was trying to buy stock and that they would win. How he would win the division and making the playoffs.
Nobody ended up touching it though, so don't worry.
Who was that was buying into that stuff?
I was
was that?
asking. I was asking. I wasn't telling. I was asking if anybody wanted any. I had it for the low. Good thing y'all didn't take it.
Yeah, no,
You know what I did take?
we
though?
bringing that to the Goodwill.
I took Cowboys by 28 this week.
Oh my God!
Psych! I took Jags by double digits. The McGregor effect. This boy McGregor shows up to the Dallas game, rubs Dak Prescott's bald, ugly head, and somehow Dallas comes
Yes.
out and destroys my AFC champs.
Cole
this
Beasley.
year.
Cole Beasley was in the huddle. I saw him rapping. That boy was freestyling. He was giving him a little pregame freestyle. Something happened. They did not look like the Dallas Cowboys
Dude,
I've been used to watching.
I think McGregor slapped the fook out of Jason Garrett.
I think
I
he
think
did.
that's what it was.
I think he did.
We're praising Dak Prescott a little bit too much.
Dude, what do you mean? Look
He-
at his rushing yards.
he-
I told y'all
his-
ESPN was
his
going to give
rushing
him the
yards-
LeBron treatment if he went for over 200 yards.
I mean, don't discredit him that much, but the guy didn't even throw for 200 yards again.
He ran for it.
It doesn't matter. Give me Cam Newton running the ball 12 times a game, and we're going to say Carolina goes 15-1.
I'm not even trying to praise Dak. I'm praising that defense. That defense is really what's making Dallas good right now.
Don't get me wrong. Dallas, I will say Dallas's defense. That's some hype I will buy into, Dallas's defense. But we're talking about Blake Bortles.
No, we're talking about that Jags defense.
No,
Blake Bortles.
we're talking about that Jalen Pansy. This man right here running his mouth. But I look exactly what the Giants coach said. Talk less, play more.
Talk more.
That's what-
Play less.
Talk more, play less. Boy, you got that screwed up.
Yeah, you're right.
But all right, OBJ, same thing with Jalen Ramsey. This dude is always in the press conference, yapping. You got to do better, man. If you got to talk it, you got to walk it. Walk it like I talk it.
Isn't there a stat, Dustin, that he's like the second worst receiver in one-on-one coverage this entire season?
It was as of a couple weeks ago. Y'all want to hear my fantasy play of the week? Coming off a bad week, Kiki Kuti. The Jags are the worst defense in the league at giving up yards and touchdowns to slot receivers.
All right, back on topic here. Anything else on the Jags game, Matt? I know that's your team. Dallas finally got a dub. I'm surprised you're not over here rubbing one out.
Hey, they're 3-3. What are they? Second in the division?
What are they on the road?
They're 0-3. No.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're 0-3 on the road. So I mean, hey.
Yeah.
They're going 500. But hey.
Ain't no in Jerry's world. All right, we'll slide into our Sunday night game. It was one for the books. We knew it was going to be a good game. The GOAT versus the young GOAT. Brady versus Mahomes. I took Chiefs just to be different than all these fools. Chiefs should have won the game. Let that be clear. When was the last time somebody put up 40 versus Brady? Tell me. I got Chiefs winning the AFC this year, beating the Patriots in a
The
rematch.
last time somebody put up 40 against the Patriots.
The Eagles last year
3
put up
weeks
30.
ago, Blake Bortles.
Yeah, in your conspiracy game. In your
Yeah.
game that you said Patriots let the Jaguars win.
What's happened after my conspiracy game? Patriots are beating they're scoring
Why would you lose the game on purpose, though, when KC could run the table and be first in the AFC?
because KC can't run the table. They're
Because
gonna lose.
KC,
They're gonna lose.
you're
the
telling me after
Chargers
this
both
game we
times.
just watched,
Oh, they played him once.
they beat them, yeah.
They're gonna beat the Chargers when they play them.
So you're telling
I
me
mean, the Chargers are gonna beat them.
You're telling me in a rematch you don't think Mahomes would beat Tom Brady?
No. Listen to what Teddy Bruschi said about the game. In the first half, the Patriots done a defensive scheme Teddy Bruschi said no one has ever seen in the league before. No defensive lineman got in the 4-3 stance. They all stood straight up and bull rushed, and Mahomes couldn't do nothing. Magically, they come out in the second half, and they don't do it one time in the whole second half after holding them to 9 points in the first half. You're telling me Belichick knows Andy Reid can't beat him.
I think you're right.
You can't show all your plays in the regular season. Because what if you have to meet them up in the AFC Championship? Think about that. I think it's smart.
So if you were going to use it, why not go ahead and keep using it and beat them?
They did beat them.
They beat them, but not beat them.
But they beat them. But anything, Teddy Bruschi, bro, I will never listen to anything he says. I watched this man call 4 games wrong 4 weeks in a row last year on football.
I saw this boy call Buccaneers beating the Falcons this week.
Dude.
Saw him calling Tennessee beating Ravens.
What he needs to
is a teddy bear.
Yes, he really is.
Bruschi.
He needs to stick with this little fashion show with him and Ryan Clark on ESPN because that's all he's good at calling. He's won that twice, talking about who dressed better this week. Yeah, Teddy Bruschi, stick to that, bro.
Well, if there's one thing I would want him to stick to, it's sticking to saying what he knows about the defense he played on for the coach, the same coach that he played for.
Not the same defensive coordinator.
Bill Belichick calls the shots, boy. Don't get it twisted.
Defense.
Don't get it twisted.
The defense.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No, he don't. I forgot Dustin and Belichick are first cousins. They look just alike.
We play golf at Pebble Beach in the summer. Me, him, and Tom Brady. I know I told y'all
you and Josh Gordon shoot shots, huh?
No.
Ain't that right?
We
you and Josh Gordon smoke pot together? Yeah.
Yeah, no. We got him on a tight leash right now, Josh. Josh actually said, and everybody said Josh Gordon loves New England. Bought in 100% to the Belichick way and everything. That's weird to me. 10 targets last week.
I got a story about that game. In fantasy this week, down 60-plus points going into the game. All right, first half is miserable. I got Pat Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and Harrison Butker. All right, other guys got Julian Edelman. After the first half, I'm done watching the game. I'm just pissed off sitting there like, well, that's another L. Second half comes around. Tyreek Hill drops about 40 points in the second half for me. That last play that Kansas City had for offense, won me the game. I was so hyped. You don't even believe.
I was almost in the same boat. This dude had we were down one. He had put up 153 points. He has, all right, to my one. I think it was like 108 maybe, or it might have been less than that. I had Patrick Mahomes and Stephen Gostkowski going into that game. Gostkowski 22 points, Patrick Mahomes 26.9, and then I have Jimmy Graham left. He has Alfred Morris. Alfred Morris doesn't get a single carry. Jimmy Graham puts up 12 points. I beat this dude by 3.
So it seems like we all had close calls in fantasy.
Definitely.
I was going into Monday night down by 30 and a half exactly with only the one and only Mr. Rogers left. They didn't give him one passing touchdown. I need somebody to please call me and tell me how that was not a touchdown pass on the Monday night game there.
Oh, yeah, to Ty Montgomery? Was it because it was behind the line of scrimmage, so they
did that
counted it as a
become
run?
Thing, though? I see screens all the time behind the line of
know.
scrimmage.
I don't. That confuses the mess out of me, too.
Yeah,
I was wondering the same thing.
I think somebody was trying to hack, knew I was going to win my 6th straight game in fantasy and didn't want me to.
Y'all, here, I'll tell you, quick thing. We play in a big league. There's 20 teams, 10 on each side. You draft the same players on each side. 3 teams scored over 200 points this week.
We don't play with no scrubs. It's probably why I'm in last place, but
yeah, 3 teams scored that. And let me give y'all another bold prediction. My ESPN Fantasy League finally got somebody to make a trade with me. I'm running the table. Put money on it. I'm playing the guy that averages 165 points a week this week. I put money on it, says I beat him.
Dustin got this crazy strategy. My mojo's messed up. Gotta make a trade. He asked me, He asked
every
me if I
year.
wanted to trade my kicker just to boost up his mojo.
And it worked. Every year it works. Last year I was doing bad. I made some trades.
Except last year when you traded. Who'd you trade? Keenan Allen, the best receiver in the league down the stretch. And who else? Alvin Kamara?
How many leagues have you ever won?
As many as you.
0.
2. No, I won 2. I won back-to-back years my first year. I ain't never won with you scrubs because y'all cheat and y'all trade away y'all's team when y'all start sucking. And y'all boost each other's team.
Hell,
You
this
got a
ain't
team.
Steven.
You got a team with
And
DeAndre Hopkins, Antonio Brown,
And they split the
Alvin
pot at the
Kamara,
end.
They split the pot.
Yeah.
And they get satisfaction. They
Snakes in the
they
grass
probably
gotta keep your
shower with
grass
each other,
cut.
too.
No, what happened was
This
y'all
league, I have a
claim
strong feeling.
y'all claim we cheated, but I gave Matt T.Y. Hilton, Alfred Morris when it
Did
was
it last year, huh? I want my money back, and I don't have a receipt. For real. I want my money back.
It'd be
for that
crazy.
game.
I would never give you your money back because I almost had to kill somebody for that $50. So, but anyways, yeah, I traded away T.Y. Hilton, Alfred Morris, while he was the starting running back. I played. My running backs last year in fantasy were Alvin Kamara, Leonard Fournette, and Le'Veon Bell. So, and then I had DeAndre Hopkins at receiver, so y'all could all cliffhang on me.
DeAndre Hopkins, who was not a top 5 receiver. Okay, I got you.
Dustin, find those stats while I talk about this Green Bay game.
Let's go.
All right. So we're going to talk about how lucky Dustin is, all right? Puts 100 on Green Bay's money line. If that ain't the most Vegas game I have ever seen in my life.
Crazy.
49ers got the win. Just run the ball up the middle and kick the field goal. Nah, we're going to pass with our backup quarterback pick. And, of course, storybook ending. Rodgers leads him down.
A minute 7
The
left.
kicker that missed 5 kicks last week kicks the game winner. Oh, here we
It
go.
doesn't end any better, man. It doesn't end any better. But my takeaway from that game is that they're praising this man. Oh, he came back. Yeah, he came back. He threw for over 400 yards. He was definitely a number 1 QB last week against CJ Burphead and a broke San Francisco 49ers defense. It's just not that impressive to me, dude. Like, I don't. First of all, you're down the first half, which I'm sitting here, and of course I remember the bet that Dustin told me they'd take. So I almost had to put on my Green Bay Packers lucky socks at halftime, but Lorenzo had one. He had one of them, so I couldn't wear them. I was gonna send y'all a picture of that, but dude, I wasn't impressed.
This boy Dustin left the cheese in the fridge on that game.
Yeah.
That boy was worried. He called me and said,
was.
I ain't even worried. I said,
Yeah.
boy, you probably sitting with the gun to your head.
Boy, I was sitting there. I was calm as could be. You know why? Because I knew Mr. Rogers was coming back out in that bish. But while I have really no takeaway from that game outside of go pack go. No, not my Packers. Don't get it twisted. I still hate Aaron Rodgers. Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Russell Wilson, Andrew Luck. They all blew that game out by 20 points. But yeah, all them quarterbacks
Still
would
ain't
have
buying
killed
that
team.
Mahomes hype, I see.
No, I'm not buying the Mahomes hype. But what I am buying is how Steech owes me an apology because DeAndre Hopkins last year had 96 catches, 1,400 yards, and 13 touchdowns.
Was he consistent?
You're thinking of the year before when he didn't even break 1,000.
That might have been the year before
But
then.
the year before that, he had 1,550 yards, 12 touchdowns. The
All
year
right.
before that, 1,300, 13 touchdowns.
All right, quick update.
Antonio
Dustin was right
Brown's
on
still
the
better.
Yeah, Brown's still better, but
Not being biased. I don't even like the
Definitely not. You ain't got to know the truth.
all right. So quick baseball
the
update.
truth.
Dodgers now at 5-1, 2 scores in the 7th.
The
Put them up
Kershaw effect.
5-1. Going back to Milwaukee up 3-2 in the series. We got Astros and Red Sox squaring away tonight in about 30 minutes.
Dude.
Astros down 2-1 in the series. I think they're going to take it. Like I've said for multiple weeks, it's my 2 favorite team. Don't really have a pick, but I am pulling for the Stros back-to-back because that's what I called.
I got to go with him.
I think they win tonight. I'm taking Morton over Porcello tonight.
I mean, I like that. I want the Astros to win. I mean, being so close to Houston and everything, but I think the sticks have to come alive. You can't rely on just 2 players. I mean, Altuve's not 100%. He got
Who
that.
pitched for the Red Sox last game?
No, for the Red Sox.
For the Red Sox.
It was
Eovaldi.
yeah, Evaldi
Dude.
pitch and
He's a beast.
man,
One of the best pitchers I've seen this year. Dude.
Evaldi.
Yes.
Dustin,
In the
tell me
playoffs
about
right
Did you-
now. Dude, I seen a video. 101 two-seam.
He's
Boy,
six-
that
he's
ball
6
was
and
3
0.
inches outside.
He's
Next
6
thing
and
you
0
know,
with the Red Sox.
touching the
Let me
black.
talk about Nathan Eovaldi. All right, so I got a friend. His name's Colton Sanders. Dude is a baseball genius. Like, he will sit down and teach us baseball. This dude tells me when Boston trades for Nathan Eovaldi, he's a Yankees fan. He said the Yankees are screwed. I said, why? He said, cause Nathan Eovaldi has the best stuff in the major leagues. I said, shut up. He said he throws hard. He said he throws 97 to 99, and he throws a 95-mile-an-hour slider, and it's unhittable. He's coming off Tommy John. I'm like, bro, whatever. I call this fool. I'm watching the game yesterday. Nathan Eovaldi's first, 6 pitches of the game registering 102, 101. I watched him. He didn't throw a fastball under 100 miles an hour for, the first 3 innings of the game. I call this boy Colton. I said, dude, you didn't tell me Nathan Eovaldi threw 101, 102 miles an hour. He said, I told you he threw hard. I didn't know he threw that hard. Son, I'm listening to the post-game press conference. They call this boy in with David Ortiz and A-Rod. They're like, so, what do you think about throwing 101, 102? He said, I'm not going to lie to y'all. Every day I wake up and I feel like I can throw harder. He's coming off of 2 Tommy Johns in a row. He said
I
every
just
time
think it's crazy how
every
starters
time-
throwing 100 mile an
every
hour
time he wakes
average
up, he says he
fastball.
can throw harder. That's weird.
A starting pitcher. He's
That's
saying the
that men-
closer is
that's that
throwing 1 inning a
mentality.
game.
Yeah,
He's throwing 5 or 6 innings a game.
dude. And the thing is that he wasn't even that good at Tampa Bay. I remember. I mean, we were watching him and stuff, and Vinny's a Tampa Bay fan, so I knew about Eovaldi back when. And I even said that he was going to be good at Boston, but I didn't know he was going to be that good. But I mean, they got to hit. That's what it comes down to. If the Astros want to win, you can't depend on 2 players. Springer, like I said from the get-go, has been hot ever since he entered the playoffs. Correa has to step up. Correa has been gone this past month, 2 months. He hasn't done anything for them.
The bottom half of the lineup has to step up.
Everybody has to step up, dude. And hopefully Tuve's not that hurt. But my takeaway from that game yesterday is it just looks like Boston wants it more. You have Steve Pearce coming in as a not even an everyday starter, banging bombs off the left field wall. I mean, he's ever since he stepped into a Boston uniform, he's been solid this year. I feel like Boston wants it more.
By percentage, Steve Pearce hits lefties better than anybody in the whole league. That's why Boston traded for him. His slugging percentage off of lefties is way higher than anybody in the whole league.
All right, so Boston or Astros, who you got tonight?
Tonight, Astros. Give me the Stros, but it's gonna be a close game because the Astros can't hit worth a damn. Like Altuve and Bregman can hit. Altuve, Bregman, Springer's 12-game playoff hitting streak ended last night, last night. But Yuli Gurriel, mark it down, 3 groundouts to the left side per game. Might hit a home run every 5th game. He is terrible. Terrible. Reddick should not even have a uniform from the Astros.
Shut
He
up.
can't hit to save his life.
He'll hit tonight. And Astros will win it tonight. Porcello will be off.
That's a
Astros
2000.
got to tie it up.
That's
I'll
a
give me
that's
the
a
Stros.
2016 Golden Glove Award winner you're talking about there. But notice I said Golden Glove. I didn't say anything about his bat. Yeah, he can't. Look, I said this last year. He disappeared in the playoffs. Man was like 1 for 16, 1 for 18. Could not hit. And I even put Ken Giles on blast. Some guy was trying to take his back. I'm like, dude, if you have a pitcher come out that punches himself in the chin and tries to knock himself out, you know he's bad because he messed up. And then Robert Osuna, karma, shouldn't be hitting females. Dude hit a female and got a bomb hit off of him by a female.
Oh, yeah, that's what happened. That's why that happened.
Karma,
it's not 'cause
bro.
he sucks.
Karma.
Yeah, but give me the Stros tonight. Give me the Stros in the series. And
Shoot,
give me
y'all
the
are clowning.
Dodgers still in
Y'all
the
are
series.
clowning on Osuna, but that boy is a 95 overall on MLB The Show. I was playing
Yeah,
yesterday.
because that matters.
I was playing yesterday. Laren threw that boy against me. I beat Laren 1-0 in 13 innings on MLB The Show.
Bruh, that's like saying Chris Bryant's a 92 overall. That man's playing like he's a 70-something this year. You just never know. Like it. Give me Bregman. That's all I have to say is give me Bregman day in day out. I want Bregman and Springer.
Bregman was trolling Evaldi, and Evaldi smoked him down.
Yeah, but he also got a hit off of him. So what's that look like? Makes him look dumb. And he did that shit on purpose.
All right, so we'll
To
start.
the tune of 8 runs.
Hey, you know how? Hey, Drake said it best. We going back to back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dodgers damn straight beating the Stros. I'll
Not how
I'll bet the
inconsistent they've
house
been
on
playing.
that. Brewers ain't neither. Brewers
AL
ain't even barely gonna even escape
AL team's
LA.
winning it, no doubt.
All right, so we'll move into next week's picks. We'll go through quick like we always do. Thursday night football, we got Arizona and Denver. Give me Von Miller with the trash talk. Give me Denver.
I'm going to go against the grain and take the Arizona Cardinals. I picked them to beat San Fran a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to pick them to get their second win this week. David Johnson having his first 100-yard game this year.
I don't say that that's not gonna happen. I could definitely see that. But give me the Denver Broncos, please.
Give me them Broncos. That bad boy on that edge. That's a bad boy. He's going to hurt Rosen. Rosen won't finish his game. Bold prediction.
All right, game 2 of the week, we got the London game. Always like the London games, I don't like waking up at 8:30 after a Saturday night where I'm usually toasted. But we got Chargers and Titans. Chargers by 6.5. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that and a cheeser by half for sure. So give me the Chargers in London.
Give me the AFC runner-up Chargers in London.
I'm going to take the Chargers heavy as well. Over the Titans, dude. Come on.
Dude. Chargers.
Consensus.
Chargers.
Chargers are on the board. Next game, we got a good matchup of absolute terrible teams over the last couple years. We got the 2-3 and 1 Browns versus Buccaneers in Tampa Bay. Give me the Bucks.
Who you got, Matt?
I'm going to take the Browns. Crazy, I know. The Browns defense played terrible last week, but I think they're going to force some turnovers against Jameis, honestly. And then Tampa Bay's defense is just terrible. They fired their defensive coordinator, but can't implement a new system in a week. So, oh yeah, they did.
This is a tough one right here.
Terrible teams.
Terrible teams. You're right. Give me Tampa Bay just because they're at home. Give me Tampa
That's
Bay
why I
just 'cause
took
they're at
Tampa,
home.
just because they're at home.
That's it.
Baker, money maker. Give me the Browns on the road at Tampa Bay.
I don't see it happening, but next game's going to be a good one. Much better than that game, I'd imagine. We got Panthers against defending Super Bowl champ Eagles at Philly. This is a tough one, man. Something tells me take the Panthers. But I'm going Eagles. Coming off a good 30-point game. Give me the Eagles. They're back. Wentz is back. Solid.
I'm taking the Eagles as well. Sole reason because they're at home. It's getting cold. A lot of times those first cold games of the year are going to be a little tougher for the South teams. So I'm gonna take the Eagles.
Taking the Eagles. I gotta take the Eagles as well. I can't go against Wentz at home, and that I feel like that defense steps up. Just seeing how they played this past weekend. Go ahead and I'll take the Philadelphia Eagles.
Big game Cam Newton. Give me the Panthers on the road.
Scam. That's a scam. Everybody watch out for the scam. Next game, though, give me Minnesota by 3 at New York Jets. Give me Minnesota by 3. Easy.
I'll take Minnesota in that one, too.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take Minnesota. I'm going to take Minnesota by 3 as my premium play while we're here, too.
Yeah, I went ahead and threw the book against them. Go ahead and give me Minnesota.
Darnold, you're not that good, man. I don't know what everybody sees. One week they're great, one week they're good, one week they suck.
Statistically, the worst rookie quarterback's Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, but he's a winner. He got a vibe.
That's crazy.
All right, we got Lions Dolphins in our next game. Another set of teams that I could care less about. Somehow Dolphins are 4-2. I don't understand how, but give me the Lions just because the Dolphins are so overrated.
Give me them Lions, too. I'll take them Lions. Kenny Galladay.
Yeah, I was going to reference Steech a little bit here. That wide receiver trio just ain't going to be able to be stopped against the Dolphins. And if Tannehill's not starting, definitely give me the Lions. I'm pretty sure I just said give me the Dolphins, but give me the Lions.
Yeah, it's Osweiler.
Yeah.
Oh, Lions
Lions.
all day.
I'm a lion in the jungle, bro. Come on. Give me the Lions.
Boy, get out of here.
Boy, I'm a cheetah. Give me them Chiefs while I'm at it. I'm a cheetah.
Yeah.
All right, next game we got is Patriots-Bears. I'm sure we could go around the board quick. Patriots a 3-point spread. Go ahead and give me that as a premium play. Tom Brady will not lose to the Bears no matter what.
It's -3?
Yeah. Patriots by 3. Give me that.
Yeah, parlay me that. I'll take Minnesota and the Patriots -3.
Yeah, Patriots by double digits this game. Y'all going to see Trubisky come back to the ground here.
Come back to earth.
Yeah, he's going to come back to earth for sure.
I put in a 5-team parlay from last week and this week combined, and I actually have Minnesota and New England, and I have LSU by 6.5 at home against Mississippi State. Give me the Patriots. Give me Edelman, Gronk, Gordon, Sony Michelle. Give them to me.
I like Sony.
What about Tom Brady, your butt buddy?
I didn't have to name him because he's a complimentary to all of them.
All right, next game we got 2 more boring teams.
Goat.
Colts and Bills in Indianapolis. So, of course, I'm going to take the Colts. Is Peterman starting? Is that verified?
No, it's Derek Anderson. They said
Who?
Derek. Yeah,
Hey, I'll take Derek Anderson.
He'll take Derek Anderson over Andrew Luck?
he ain't seen the
Okay,
field
he said
in
no.
3 damn days.
3 damn years.
Yeah, Derek Anderson
Probably
slop.
30 years.
Give me the Colts. They actually said
Last
if
time I
if-
seen him, what was he?
He
An
was a
Arizona
Brown.
Cardinal?
No, he was a Carolina
That was about like
Panther.
7 years ago.
Hey,
He was a Cardinal.
hey,
huh?
for real,
A Panther?
No, either a Panther or Brown.
though, they said I saw reports that said that he was going to lose the locker room if he chose Peterman over him.
He was what?
He was going to lose the whole locker room if he chose Peterman.
I can
Pick
see
6
that.
Peterman. Give
Yeah.
me pick 6 Peterman in Buffalo.
I think
No, give me
Hey, the
Indianapolis.
goat's live right now on Instagram. After y'all tune into the show,
Oh
go
my
watch him. He's
God.
live.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh gosh.
Give me
Give
who is
me
it again?
Indy.
The Bills playing
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis with Derek Anderson.
Do it.
give
Do it.
give me Andrew Luck, man. I can't do it. I can't go against the grain. Give me Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, I got to agree. Andrew Luck and the Colts at home being the main factor.
No
but
doubt.
Yeah, give me the Colts. What's the next game?
Who you got, Dustin? Buffalo? Your Buffalo Bills?
Give me my Indianapolis Colts for this week.
Your 1-5 Indianapolis Colts. Is that funny that Colts have a worse record than the Bills? Hold on, give me the Bills plus 7.5 though. Really. Just because once again they're almost a double-digit underdog. Give me them in a teaser plus 13.5.
The Bills' defense is stupid good. Their
Exactly. They'll
offense is
probably have
just
3
terrible.
picks first luck. Our next game, good AFC matchup, division rivals. We got Jaguars and Texans. Jags by 5's the spread. I don't know what to say here. I'm gonna let y'all go first on this one.
I'm going to take the Jags, but not by the 5. I don't think they cover the 5. I think Houston's O-line is going to be the big problem here. Calais Campbell, Ngakoue. It's going to be a rough day for Deshaun Watson. He's not going to be able to run away from Miles Jack. And what's his name? Telvin Smith? I think that's right. Yeah, 2 of the fastest linebackers in the league. He's not running away from them, so.
Give me them boys from Duval County. Give me them Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hey,
But
smile, bitch.
DeAndre Hopkins, bold prediction. Jalen Ramsey, 8 catches, 150 and 2 touchdowns. Wild guarded by Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey comments on DeAndre Hopkins' post, "GOAT, the best there is, best in the league." I follow him. He really does.
That's crazy.
That's funny. That's
glad-
a sign of fear.
Yeah, that's crazy. you
He's
said
scared
that.
of that man. Give me DeAndre Hopkins player prop too.
Yeah, give me DeAndre Hopkins and the Houston Texans. over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Was it that much of a shake to you, bro? You just shook the entire table over there, Frank. I just watched Altuve's head bobble.
All right, go ahead and give me the Jags. Hate to say it because they're so wishy-washy, but I'll take the Jags at home this week, and that'll slide us into our next game. My one and only, that's the only time I ever say my, New Orleans Saints at Baltimore plus 2.5. Give me Saints money line premium play, and of course I'm taking the Hoodats. Ingram and Kamara are going to be too much. They're going to go for 250.
Golly.
I really don't think they go for 250.
Not
I think
against that defensive line.
No, I agree, Caleb. I think Kamara gets 6+ catches just because he's going to have to, because they're not going to be able to run. They're going to use a short pass game as their run, most likely. I mean, they'll run, but they won't be near as effective as they were against Washington.
No, not at all. Yeah, Baltimore's defense will keep them. Will hold them to a minimum. But yeah, give me the Saints right there. I like the Saints. I do think that Kamara plays a lot more. He gets a lot more touches than he did 2 weeks ago. Coming off that bye, he has a little bit, fresher legs. But 100%, give me.
I
the
think they
Saints.
kind of gave him the week off because they gave him such a big workload.
2 weeks off. Think about
well,
that.
I'm saying since Ingram came
Yeah,
back.
yeah, right.
Who you got, Dustin?
I've already put it on my book. I took Saints money line for 50. So.
What is it? Plus 120?
It was 64 risking 50 to win 64 or something like that.
That doesn't tell me what I asked.
Yeah, I think it was a plus 130, 140.
Anyway, Saints are on the board except for Matt. Some reason taking the Ravens. Next game we got Rams 49ers. Give me the 49ers by 49. Nah, give me the Rams. Be for real.
Rams. Caleb picks Rams. Matt picks Rams.
Yeah, that's not even a question.
Rams are on the board. Gurley goes for 200 once again. Wouldn't surprise me.
Chiefs.
This is going to be a good one. This is going to be an AFC playoff pregame. I think Cincinnati gets the other wild card in the AFC. I think. All right, who's our AFC teams? I got Patriots, Chiefs, Jags.
You have the Jags in there?
I got Jags over Texans. I hate to say it because they're going to win the division.
Right.
So that's going to put them in. Then I got Steelers, Bengals, and Chargers. Anybody y'all disagree with?
Fuck the Ravens?
Yeah, Ravens are out of there.
Okay.
That's the 6 for me. But this week, give me the Chiefs in Arrowhead versus Cincinnati. It's going to be, give me the over too, whatever it is, 60 at least.
Yeah.
58, give it to me.
Oh, yeah, I got to agree. I'm going to go with the Chiefs, and I'm going to take that over as well. Chiefs aren't going to stop A.J. Green, Tyler Boyd, Mixon, and we all know nobody's stopping Patrick Mahomes, so
Yeah.
might as well. It's going to be another shootout just like last Sunday.
Chiefs will back-to-back Sunday night games. Well-rested. Mahomes goes for 350. Give me the Chiefs, like I said. What do
Kansas
y'all
City
got?
Chiefs over here.
Go ahead and give me the Bengals. Bengals.
Still not believing in Mahomes.
I'll buy beer
After he
before I
almost
buy
beat
into that
Tom
hype.
Brady. All right, we're putting a beer bet on this. Bengals, Chiefs. I got Chiefs.
All right, I'll take Bengals.
Good. Easy money. So that's Sunday night game. Monday night game, we got the Giants and Falcons. Give me the Falcons over 500.
They're playing who? The Giants. Oh. Yeah. Falcons easy no matter where the game is.
Give me the Giants. I'll take the Giants.
Why? Tell me why to see if you can change my mind.
It's not going to change your mind. It's just a feeling that I have.
All right, well, that's not good enough.
It's not good enough.
I had the same feeling last week with the Giants. They got beat by 24. Don't trust that feeling, bro. Giants are not that good. They're 1-5 for a reason.
Hey, Saquon's going to go for 100, and OBJ gets his first 100-yard
What?
game.
Saquon going for 100. He went for 200 last week total.
Yeah.
And they still didn't win.
But OBJ is going to – he's the cure to it, bro.
Oh, here we go.
Somebody's lit a fire under Eli Manning, and when I get this right, I'll take a beer bet on all y'all right now. All right, that's a joke.
I don't
But
even
give me
wanna
the
do it to
Giants.
you.
All right, so we'll go over our quick college football games. From
Yeah, I'm gonna
last
take
week.
the Falcons.
My most notable game. Yeah, we knew who you were taking. That's why I skipped you. All right, we'll start off with West Virginia. Absolute garbage. Matt, what you got on your Mountaineers?
Mountain Queen.
Man, I want to pass so bad. I'm disgusted. That was damn disgraceful. How you lose to Iowa State when you're number 6 in the country?
My quarterback is gonna win the
Oh
Heisman.
no, our quarterback ain't winning shit.
Yeah, just like it when he gets to the NFL when he's
Hey,
goes sixth
Look,
round and
know
never
why.
sees the field.
go on the road against Iowa State. For some reason, we always got to struggle against Iowa State. That's why they were only a 7-point spread. I'm surprised they weren't a dog.
Hey, quick question, Matt. Quick question.
Yeah.
What would happen if LSU and West Virginia played?
Man, LSU would probably dog stomp them right now. Right now. After what I just saw last week, Jesus. Before last week, I would have said, I don't know. But after that, oh, god dang.
Yeah, it's okay. Everybody has a bad week except
No,
West
they
Virginia.
finally
have 3.
they finally put West Virginia in the top 10 for the first time since they had Pat White, and they didn't know what to do with themselves. They didn't know what
They
to do.
didn't.
They looked like fools this week, but you know, it didn't look like fools. Them Tigers, boy, 20-point victory against number
As
2
a 7-point
Georgia.
underdog.
Rush the field. If you didn't take LSU money line, you're still sleeping on them Tigers. Caleb was at the game.
Yeah, I was at the game, and that was a great experience. I think I've been to like 2 or 3 Georgia games now. Somehow, I always get tickets to the Georgia game. Georgia versus LSU. I always
Boy,
come
we ain't
across
played
them.
Georgia at home 3 times since you've been alive.
Fool. Are you crazy?
They're on the other side of the SEC.
We played them
We played them in 09 with,
4 years
with
ago.
Mettenberger.
4 years ago.
Yeah, when was that?
Well,
You're like
I was
6
in high
years
school,
old.
but still. Went to it.
All right, what you got on LSU, Matt? We know you're a huge LSU Tiger fan. Top 5 back. I said they were going to slide back up. I said in our group chat, I said, give me Tigers at 5, right behind all the undefeated teams except for UCF. They still don't count.
Notre Dame is not a top 4 team, top 5
We'll
team,
beat
dude.
Notre Dame by 50. I know they beat us
Dude.
in that bowl game a couple years ago,
It
but
doesn't
we'll beat them.
matter. Notre Dame does not belong in the playoffs.
They're not a Power 5.
It doesn't matter because nobody's beating Bama. End of story.
Except LSU come November 6th at home.
They might beat them then, but they won't beat them next time.
All we got to do is beat them once. They ain't gonna match us up with them in a college football playoff. They want to see us. They want to see us playing them in the championship. Imagine that, like old days. LSU. Yeah, but still, LSU Bama national championship. Next game we had was a
when's the
good one.
last
We
time
talked
West
about
Virginia won?
it. We gave our picks on it.
2 weeks ago.
I think it was Caleb took Oregon. Somebody else took Washington, and was Dustin, I believe. This Washington
No, I
defense won't even give up 14 points. 30 points later, we had a Pac-12 showdown, and Oregon proved ready and knocked off Washington easily.
Y'all want to know what's crazy? I bet Oregon, but I said on the show Washington.
Yeah, same with
How
me and New
weird.
York Giants on Thursday.
How
I had that
weird.
feeling like Caleb did on Wednesday. Woke up Thursday and slapped myself in the face and said, are you really going to bet the Giants? All right, next game was Pittsburgh and Notre Dame. Pitt should have won. That proves why LSU should be number 4, not number 5. That's all I got to say. Pitt, you're trash, and that means Notre Dame's even worse. Was another good game. We had the upset in Michigan State, Penn State. You watched that one, Dustin?
Michigan State, Penn State. No, I can't bring myself to watch Michigan State. Their offense is so boring. That conference outside of Ohio State, it's sickening to even think about watching, because I don't even have a reason other than the fact that it's like run the ball, play action, pass.
I thought
to
you
the
were a
tight end.
Wisconsin fan.
No, bro, I'm a Michigan fan.
Oh, yeah, I
But-
forgot. So
but-
Michigan sickens you, but you're a fan. Every team
Yeah.
aside from Ohio
I'm a
State
fan. I'm a
sickens
fan.
you, but you're Michigan Wolverines.
I'm a fan of Michigan because I think Shea Patterson's one of the best quarterbacks in the country. But I don't
He
understand.
cut his hand this week and started crying on the sideline.
Did he really?
You didn't see it?
No, God, please show me so I can stop being a Shea
Oh,
Patterson.
dude.
Give
he
me a
cut
reason
it-
to go against him.
He cut his hand. It was so minor. It was unreal. But other news in college this week, UCF barely pulls out a win on the road. They're not even top 10 worthy. Don't know why. They think they're the national champions. Texas quarterback got hurt. Anybody got anything on that? Any update? How long he's going to be out or
No
anything?
update for that overrated thing over there in Austin, Texas.
Michigan smothers Wisconsin as expected. Beats them by 20+.
Shea Patterson.
Figured that, and that was really all of our college games. This week, we only got a few good matchups. Michigan at Michigan State. What you think about that one, Dustin?
Who is it again?
Michigan at Michigan State.
Michigan. Give me Michigan at Michigan State.
All right, LSU at home versus Mississippi State. They only got LSU at 6.5. I'll take LSU.
Give me LSU and the spread.
I'm not even an LSU fan, but you got to give me that spread.
Jump in our premium plays like we do each week. We're 87% over the last 6 weeks. I've been keeping up with it. Last week we were 3 for 4 again. So this week, my premium play, give me the Patriots by 3 at the Bears in Chicago. Give me the Pats.
Go ahead and give me the Vikings up in New York facing the Jets by 3. I think that's easy money.
Yeah, that premium plays always got to hit you up with that. Go ahead and give me the New Orleans Saints +2. Some books it's gonna be +2.5, but on my book, if I was to take it, it'd be +2. Yeah, I would say Saints money line because I think they're gonna win. Because a +2 is really not doing you any justice. I mean, they could lose by 1, but I would say money line or the +2, whichever is in your favor.
Go ahead and give me the Rams by 2.5 and LSU by 0.5. So LSU just a win. Give it to me for $200 right now.
So Dustin got a max bet on a teaser. Rams 2.5. LSU by 0.5. I got Patriots by 3. Matt, who'd you have?
I had the Vikings by 3.
Vikings by 3. And Caleb?
I had the Saints +2 or the money line.
Saints money line. Sounds like all 4 winners. Might parlay them all together. And we'll wrap it up there, guys. Looking forward to another good week. Go Tigers. Go Saints. And we'll end it there. See y'all next week.